for all time.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Hope you guys are doing well. Couple things. We got a bunch of stuff coming up this week. I do my top solo games that I play up to this point, midpoint of the year, since it's almost June. So I just figured I'd do it. By the time it goes up, we'll be halfway through May. So I decided to do that. I also did a video that you'll see this week where we talk about solo games that I play solo that have replaced other games. So a couple interesting videos, but the one that cracked me up was the one I did last night, and I decided to play a game that I really like. I like playing Strike. It's just dice chucking and it's something that you can do with a 2-year-old. And my, what ages? From 8 to 99. Well, my granddaughter's 3, okay? And we played this. It was me versus her versus the tiger. And holy cow, did this thing just spin out of control. But it was pretty funny. I got a kick out of it. So, fortunately, I was taping it just to see if it would translate. And I'll be putting that up, I think, on Tuesday. So you guys can watch that. You can watch that competition, which takes a few twists and turns, that's for sure. Funk Bass Fusion, how are you? I hope you're doing all right. Again, a last-minute stream. I just do these if I can fit them in. A couple of things. People have been asking me, especially since we've been talking about the Mythic debacle. What are the other companies that are having some problems, or so forth and so on. And Nico, hey Rob, wishing you all the best. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have to protect myself legally. I would love to tell you a lot of things that I know and I hear. But, when somebody confides in me, I make a promise not to say anything because there could be legal ramifications. And I have to protect my business as much as anybody else. Some people will just go and blurt things out. Like there are people out there that get stuff in and they are told, hey, I can't have you put this video up until such and such a date. And then they just go and put it out anyways. And they go, oh, I didn't know. By that time, they've already got the hits and the views and all the things that they want. It's a dirty, dirty business. It always has been. But, if you enjoy what you do, hey, you deal with the scumbags. Wishing you well. Good game. Well, Rob, good gaming. Well, thank you, Flint. This prior Thursday, my son and I, we played Mage Knight Dungeon, which is still sitting right over there in its container. I actually have it in a container here. These containers that you can get, now this only cost me $6 over at Hobby Lobby. You kind of, especially for things that you can't keep in a box and stuff, they pile real well, and they do a lot of things, so you can store them. And that is one of, now we're going to be talking something in a little while. I'm just kind of letting people wake up and get in here. But I want to continue on the legality of things. Hey, I've got a, big piece of property and everything like that. And the last thing I need is a bunch of legal junk. I would love to name a whole bunch of things and say a whole bunch of things, but you have to protect yourself, especially if, when you got ambulance chasers running around just looking for anything, especially in this time, this time of the world when people are always looking for a cheap way out. People have gotten lazy. Okay, why do you think there's so many people that want to be a YouTuber? Well, I can work 4 or 5 hours, tape in a bunch of stuff, and if I get enough donations, then guess what? I don't have to work a real job. I don't have to go do that, 8 to 5 or 8 to 8 like all you poor people do. Sylvan Jan Rogers Peterson. Wow, that's a heck of a name, bro. Hey, Rob. Nice to catch you live. Hope all is well. All the best from Norway. I love Norway. That's for sure. And thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot. It's it's a funny thing. People look for easy ways out. Okay? I mean, hell, at my age, wouldn't it be nice to retire and just play games and tape it all the time? It's not that hard. Editing could be a pain in the neck. I agree with people there. Editing could be a pain in the neck. But this isn't something that you have to... I put so much work and time into production and this, that, and the other. Yeah, you probably do, but you enjoy it, okay? And you guys need to pay for it, huh? I don't know. I never got it. I always felt you should get something instead of some kind of credit or whatever on the back of a video. Which, we'll just add another name. Thank you for your $25 a week or whatever. Meanwhile, I'm eating steak and, you're sitting there with ramen. How's that there? But that's the way the world works. That's the way the world works. So I really protect myself, but I know a lot of things, and I've heard a lot of things. Yes, our nation is getting spoiled and lazy. You said it right. I'm not afraid to say it. What does it matter? What are you going to do? Cancel me? Whoopee. Whoopee. I still got my farm. I still got my family. I got my cows, my chickens, my goats, my grandkids. I got games here, which, unfortunately I have to... I have to make some hard decisions, and the storage unit is close to $300 a month. And I just bought a $30,000 tractor, okay? And I have to make some decisions. Do I keep all these games, or do I pay for a tractor that we desperately need to do farming? We've got a very big property here, and we need to maintain it. So, are the chickens regular or extra crispy? Both. We have one side that is original recipe, and then on the right side we have extra crispy. We breed them differently, BJ Johnby. And the thing is that maintaining this place. I mean, we were out there raking cow poop because you got to break it up so when it rains, if it ever rains in Florida again, which it will, it's coming up to rainy season. It gets into the soil and it builds that grass, and then that grass comes up and the cows eat the grass and it saves on hay. Right now, we're spending a lot of money on hay. And hay's gone up. Okay, usually it was like $75 to $85 a round bale. Okay, and that's good Tifton grass that you would give horses. We take care of our cows like you would never believe. I mean, they are spoiled. My wife is out there feeding them wheat bread because we run up to the Edmonds. I can't say the word, I'm sorry. And they have livestock packages. So we'll play a couple. Once the bread hits a certain date, they consider it not able for human consumption. So they make these packages for livestock. So we'll go up there and get a whole bunch of these big, huge bags for like a couple bucks. And when we do that, who's coming out? Come on out, Bella. Hey, Bella. What's up? Okay, so you're going to go under here too with your sister. So underneath is Gabby. Gabby's always, whenever I stream, is with me. And now Bella has fallen into the thing where she wants to come out here. My 2 German Shepherds. Love these dogs. They are enjoying the property quite a bit. They got baths yesterday, which was, holy cow, what a disaster that was. Me and my wife and I are like, 60 years old, and we got these big, huge shepherds. Go ahead, girl. Come on. Hey. Lay down. Well, anyways, so we go get these big, huge bags that are consumable, and my wife, like Snow White, will just stand at the fence in her dress, okay? So she wears a dress, okay? You never see her in jeans or work boots or anything like that. It always has to be some kind of, some kind of whatever the name of this dress may be or whatever. I don't know. Can we make a decision here, please, young lady? Lay down. You don't have to push her out. You both can share the bed there. You're interrupting my stream. All right, here, I'm going to slide over a little bit. Is that good? Go ahead. Here, lay on the blanket. There you go. Okay? There. Oh, look at that. So, they left the door open. Hold on. No, I'm right here. Oh, I'm sorry. So, anyways, she'll stand out there. And they will, no matter where they are, in whatever part of the pasture. Now, we have 3 different sections. And something, I'm going to take my drone up and we're going to go through the property. I'm going to break everything down for you, so you have an idea of what we have and stuff like that. I think it'd be kind of fun at some point. And I'll do some commentary over it or some bullshit. So anyways, she'll stand there with this bag, and I didn't know you could give a cow chocolate donuts. Okay? Because it helps them with milk production, believe it or not. Sweets. There are people that will go out and buy bags of gummy bears and give them to their cows to sweeten up the milk, or to get more milk production, because the sugars do something or another. Okay, I don't understand the science of it. All I know is that I'm raising cows. So she stands out there, and they will come running. Adam, I'll answer that in a second. They come running, and good girl. She finally laid down. Okay, so now we can continue with the stream. And she'll stand there, and they all come running, and they start knocking each other around. And she's handing the bread like Snow White. The only thing that isn't, there are the 2 bluebirds holding the bag of bread for her. That's just the way my wife is. Okay. To me, the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I mean, you could tell it on my face there. Okay? I mean, look, we're old together. We got old together. And that's all you can ever ask for. These cows are absolutely just spoiled, rotten. So, we have all that. And I went out and I purchased this tractor. We got a couple attachments with it. We needed forks. We needed a dragger, because we would go out there and break up all the poo by hand. 22 acres. We're walking around. Okay, there's one. Or we scoop it up and we put it in a manure pile. We got the bucket loader so we can turn the stuff. We got a bunch of chains with a bar so we can just drive and break up all the poo in the thing when we move them to another pasture, so we can heal the land. Because the idea is to heal the land. Okay, so you let them utilize it. It heals, and then you move them to another pasture so they can eat and do all the stuff there. And then they mess that up, and then you move them to another pasture. So you have things broken out and fenced off and so forth and so on. What was the last? Oh, and the forks. So we can buy more than one, because every 4 days we're going to get a hay bale, and it gets expensive. When you buy more, it becomes cheaper. So now we've laid out some pallets. We're gonna get a bunch of hay bales. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of work to maintain this place. Everything's a lot of work. Okay. And of course, I keep this channel going. I do my job for the Department of Defense, and I'm constantly working. I don't know anything. I'm sick and I'm still working like a dog. Yeah, you gotta have heart. But boy, we want to cry about. Well, I'm making these videos and I put 3-4 videos out a week, and this is really hard. And can you support me and pay my mortgage so I can keep doing this for you? Okay, it's like paying cable TV maybe for some of you. I get it. You get a lot of enjoyment out of it. All right. And don't get me wrong. When you look at the legitimate people, the Tom Vassals, which I mention a lot. Okay, that guy belongs in the Hall of Fame, folks. I'm going to say it every time I come on here until he gets in there. The Dice Tower and Tom Vassal belong in the Hall of Fame. Also, Rodney Smith. Okay? Maybe shut up and sit down. I don't watch them. But, let's be honest. These people belong there. Let me answer some questions here. But I'll come back to this. Hey, Rob, what is your favorite game ever? That's a real tough one. And I just did a solo list, and I play a lot of solo games. The one that there are 3 games that I'll put there. 4 actually, and then I've got to try to figure out where they rank right now. If I had to pick, it would be Warhammer Quest 95, because I've played that so much. I've got to have Too Many Bones and Hoplomachus. I think chip theory games are just doing things like nobody else. Blood Bowl. Right there, there's 2 companies that mean the world to me. And you're talking, Games Workshop, and you're talking chip theory games. I've got to throw Shadows of Brimstone, because I played that more than anything. That'd be up there. And I would leave it at that for now. I think there's so many things I can argue with myself, and I've got to make some tough decisions, because my storage unit has to go. Okay, so I mean, to carry the almost $300 a month is insane. Okay, for some people that's a car payment just to house games. So I've got to make some decisions. I've got over 3,000 games. I'm going to cut part of this table off. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this cabinet and move it over there, which means I'm going to take down all my Godzilla stuff, and I'm just going to pile it up with games. Over here, I'm going to put another shelf, but I got to leave some area for the box so we can get in and out of that. So I'm going to pile stuff high there. I'm going to put 2 shelves over there, pile it high. I've got space under here that I could put a whole bunch of Kickstarter boxes. And then along the front, I'm going to lay those things. So I'm going to try to keep as much as I can. Okay, it's not that I have to sell it, but there's going to be a lot of stuff to sell. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Now, the Queen has not put up, she was supposed to put up a whole bunch of stuff on Macari. Okay. I believe it's Snicklefritz or Tiana 64. If you look up Wolfenstein, you'll see a list of stuff, but she's supposed to put up a whole bunch more. But I think the best way to do it is maybe how I did the auctions. I went to Adepticon this year. and there were a lot of people playing Blood Bowl. I love Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is like my favorite game. I mean, right here, all these totes here, they're all, I have every team painted. Dungeon Bowl, I've been having a great time with. I'm bouncing all over the place, and I apologize, but I will hit everything. It's just, we're talking about a lot of things. So I'm actually thinking of, in probably about 3 weeks, doing a massive auction. Is that something that people would be interested in? I would love for you guys to put it in the comments. You could bid on a pile of games, steal it pretty much. But I'm also going to make sure that we get some value, because the money is going to go towards charity mostly, because we also do a lot of charity work here. Okay? And I need to get back to that. I'm going to change the camera position. I'm going to move this camera here and put it over so we get the overhead thing again, and just get this to where I need it to be. I'm going to make this table smaller because Justin's not going to be out here doing his stream. He's doing it in his room. We're having a little bit of your YouTube is not receiving enough video. The Starlink acts up every Sunday morning. So just if it's a little behind or anything, just I apologize. Yes, auction, but please autograph your games. I mean, I could do that. If somebody wants it autographed, I'll autograph it, but geez. I have tons and tons of painted stuff. I've got a box I've got to send to Ricky Royal that I finally finished. So I've got to do that. So I'm looking forward to that. What's this now? Hold on here. Now would be a good time to insert ads. For what? For what? People don't want to sit here and pay ads. But I'm thinking of doing that. Good morning, Shannon. How are you? I'm thinking of doing this, a couple of massive auctions, so you guys don't get overwhelmed, and clearing out that unit and bringing it down to maybe 300 games, and that's tough. But I have a lot of stuff that I have doubles of, a lot of historic stuff, a lot of stuff that of great value, and you know, I think it just makes sense to try to do it that way. In the past, I've done it. People have loved it. We've sent it out. It's just making sure that we have enough people to bid on it. You know, I'd run it for a week, silent bids, and make it available to everybody, and clear out that storage unit. It's got to go. So, because you know, by July 1st, I would like to not have that storage unit. Tomorrow, I'm doing an interview with Everything Epic Games. Chris is going to. We're going to tape it. It's going to go on the podcast. The podcast has been back for the past couple of weeks. For those of you that missed it for last month, like I said, I've been very, very sick, but I keep pushing through. You know, I have a mass on my lung, and it's been causing me a lot of pain and a lot of discomfort. I don't sleep at nights, so I just get up and I go into work. I'll go into work around 1 o'clock, and I'll work till noon, come here, work on the channel. Then I've got a few other things I work on, and then, you know, try to help him with the farm a little bit, and then I pass out. And by the end of the week, I wanna throw up. Rob, I find the bigger lots are just worth so much I can't bid. Maybe smaller lots. Yeah, I could see that, Gary. That's a good point. I've thought about that too. That's why we put a lot of stuff on the Macari. And I think we've got a big bunch. We've got Dungeon Alliance going up. We've got DEI going up. We've got so much stuff over there. I got a big pile of stuff going up on Macari that should be up there by the end of today. Tiana 64. Look up Wolfenstein board game. And then save her, and I think you know. I know this is not the subject, but go Leafs go. Man, I love the Leafs. I'm so happy that they got forward, and if they get eliminated, I'm not okay with it. The first couple of games, I just said, "Oh, this is typical Leafs. Here we go." Um, and they get out of one, they get out of the round, and now they'll get swept because they're running into a buzzsaw right now with the Florida Panthers, who I hate every hockey team. I'm so happy the Bruins died and burned horribly, but because I hate the Bruins, especially being from Connecticut originally. Uh, oh God, I hate them. Hold on, let me take a sip of something here. So we're deciding what to do with this mass, and it's pressing on my spine. So it's been a very, very tough time for me. But I have fought through this, and I will continue to fight through this. And I promise you this: I will keep going. I will not stop until they pull the plug on me. So you got that. I'm doing the best I can. It's not the greatest, okay. Um, Fortunately, it wasn't cancerous when they did the lung biopsy, which knocked the crap out of me. You never want to go through that, trust me. And when is the auction? I've got to go to the storage unit, and I'll start making lots. I will let you know ahead of time, and you'll see a video, and I'll break every lot down, and then you just will bid from there. I think that's the best way to do it. I will have lots. I will make some smaller lots. I will make some monumental that you can steal lots. You know what I mean? I think when you really think about it, okay, and you take a look at these lots, some of them, may be worth $1,000. And some of you will go put down 500 on a Kickstarter that you'll never get. You're going to get a lot more value out of it. Okay, that's the way I see it. I mean, some of the stuff I realized I had, I'm banging my head against the wall. There's a lot of stuff I just won't give up. So we're gonna do our best and make it work. And I'll have smaller lots, bigger lots. We'll see how the first one goes, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, I'd like to try to have it all out by July 1st. Maybe we'll throw more stuff on Macari so you can buy singles. Really, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's got to go because we constantly have stuff coming in, and which is good. So I have stuff to review. So I want to make room for that. We're going to set up a shelf for that. A majority of it I'll keep. Some of it, again, we'll put up on Macari or whatever, so you guys can have a shot at stuff. And we try to make it cheaper than what you would get at retail. My wife does the best to research it. I can't sit there with her all day and go over this stuff, so that makes it a little tough. What time? Half hour, not bad. I'm doing all right. This Thursday, we're trying to make a decision on what game the kid and I are going to play live. We had a lot of fun last week. We thought that was a lot of fun, and we hope you'll join us. We did Mage Knight Dungeon last week. It was a great time. Is this it? Is what it? Good. Good. Keep going. Keep fighting. Are you going to release a list of games that you are planning to sell? I really would like to check this list and buy some games and, of course, help the charity. Daniel, what I'll do is, like I said, if you go over to Macari and you put in Wolfenstein board game and look for Tiana64, subscribe to her on Macari. There's a list of games that are there now. There'll be more games by the end of the day. And then we're going to try to really do as much as we can through the Macari right now. Okay? But at some point towards the end of the month, we're going to pull out a bunch. And maybe what I'll do is the Sunday before, I will make a list of the games. And we can maybe see how that goes, where we can, maybe I'll do something like that. I'll pull like 100 games. and I'll go through the list. And if anybody wants those off the list, okay, and I'll just mark out a price for them. They can pay it right away. Anything that is gone after that point, okay. There's got to be a way to do it where I could do it separately. Okay, you know what? You gave me an idea here, Daniel. Let's try something a little different. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll bring 100 games in here. Okay? I'll do it 100 at a time. So next Sunday, everybody be here. Okay? That can be here. Okay? And I'll let the video run for a while. And I'm going to list off 100 games. And I'm going to put a price, the minimum that I would take for it. Okay? I will leave that I will run through that list, and I won't write. To write it in the comments would take me forever. So, you have to listen attentively to the video if you're that interested. I'll make it quick. I'll list what I'll take the least for. Or maybe I just do it 50 at a time, and we could do it every week. And what I'll do is from that moment on, I will take bids on that. And then at the end of that, on that Saturday, whoever has the highest bid out of those games wins those games. The ones that do not get any bids on or get purchased will go up on the Macari. They'll sit on the Macari for a little while. Okay? If they don't go from there, and we will take offers. If I'm offering a game for $20 and you say, "Hey, would you take 19?" I'm not afraid of doing that and going, "Okay, yeah." But if somebody goes, "Well, I'll give you 25 for it," I'm going to take the 25. Make sense? Are you okay shipping to Canada? Yeah, as long as you guys, help me with the shipping. I mean, I can't pay for the shipping too. I can't take a loss on this, a horrible loss. I don't mind making sure that you guys have deals. But let's try it that way. So anything that doesn't go on that list, I think maybe we keep it at 50 because I think 100 would be too much. Then it'll go up on the Macari. It'll sit there for another week. After that, it will go into a lot. Okay? And then we will have one big auction where there's big lots. So you'll have a chance at games individually, and then you'll have a chance at them in lots. Are you willing to gamble and see if you can get a lot of maybe war games or dungeon crawls and stuff like that? That's where it becomes you. You have to have a gut feeling. Is it worth it? Hey, I really want this game, but I want that game too. Maybe he'll put it in a lot. I don't know. So let's try something a little different, and we'll try to push as much as we can. And we'll start that next Sunday. So, yeah, I think that's smart. That's the way we'll do it. All right. So again, we had a lot of fun last Thursday, and thank you everybody for the donations. Boy, the Godzilla batteries almost. I got to get new batteries for Godzilla because we were hitting those Godzillas like crazy. There's no end. So we've got a couple of games that we want to play next week, and I'm trying to think which ones that you guys want to see. There's 40. There's like 50 of yous in here right now. So let's go over it. You can see Justin and I play Infinity. All right, we can do Infinity Code 1. I got that all painted up and ready to go. So I'm thinking of doing possibly that. I think that would be a lot of fun. And put in the comments, because I'm going to make a decision. Sorry, what is the name in Macari? Trying to find it now. Tiana, Tanna 64. So look up the game Wolfenstein, because it's weird. You can't search her, but you can search a game. And we have Wolfenstein, the board game. If you look that, you'll see whatever anybody has listed. You'll see her name. You can click on it, and then you can save her as a seller. Okay, so Infinity, Hoplomachus. What was the other one I thought of playing? Oh, and Defense Grid. So those three games. Out of those three games, what would you like to see? Richard, Justin needs to keep the tractor RPM at 2K or below. Yes, I told him that. Not to go over that because it's pushing too hard. Does Infinity have campaign rules like Blood Bowl? I thought there was like it has a bunch of scenarios that you can play through. Yes, and I believe it has kind of like a campaign mode in the N4. I've got to look through it. I'll look through it. But that's next week. I mean, that's this Thursday night at 7:15. We're going to start. I like to keep it a little kind of short, but we can go long. But he's gonna be back on, and we're gonna play something live for you guys. Eventually, we'll do some Blood Bowls, some Rumble Slam, things like that. But that's the 3 games this week. So let me know in the comments which one you would like to see. We will have that live on Thursday night. I believe I'm doing something with Roger on Tuesday. It's a very busy week for me. So I got Roger that we're going to do stuff with. Does Infinity have campaign rules like Blood Bowl? Oh, I answered that. Okay. Yeah, so we're just kicking along. So to go a little farther with this the Mantic, that's a whole nother story. I'm really disappointed in Mantic because I think I got used there in a way, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this. So I had put out a video, really saying, I'm giving these guys a second chance, and not for anything. There's this, there's that, there's this, there's that, and they got their president. Somebody had answered a couple questions about quality and all the bumps and bruises that they had. So I had the guy on and everything, and they put me in touch with the North American division. They go, well, what would you like to do for us? I mean, we'd like to work with you. I go, okay. And, they were really trying to butter my bread because they wanted to get their guy on here. Have you played Dirtside from Guerrilla Games yet? No, I've got to get a copy of that, Adam. I'm going to try to get a copy of that. Let me just finish this Mantic story. So I started bringing their stuff in, and I said, listen, I would love to support you guys, okay? Just tell me what you need and so forth and so on. Okay, tell us what you like to do. I go, well, I could do painting. I could do this. Playthroughs. I could do put-togethers. I go, just... send me anything. I don't charge. I don't charge to do this stuff. There's people that charge. I don't have a problem with people charging for their time. That's fair. As long as you're getting something out of it. It's advertisement. That's what we are. We are just giant advertisers in a way. I try to be a little bit more. Well, I wrote to him. Didn't hear back. I wrote back. Hey, anything going on? I heard crickets. After I got that interview done, I heard crickets. And I said, okay. I got suckered here. That's all right. So, whatever. So whatever. And it was kind of disappointing because all you had to say is, well, something, we don't think you're too small of a channel to be doing stuff for us, and we appreciate you. So just write back. Have some decency. You know what I mean? I always try to write. If you notice in the comments, I answer every single one of your comments. If it's a thanks, one word, whatever, as long as you feel that I'm reading your stuff. Okay? And that's where it gets a little disappointing is that, I honestly try to get a lot of companies to help us with bringing games in. Listen, I've got a big farm here, okay, that I'm trying to take care of, and I can't go out and buy games the way I used to. All right, I'm trying to build a future for my entire family, my son, my daughters, my grandchildren, the queen. So once I kick off, she can run around with some pool boy, and my daughter-in-law, who I love dearly. there's a lot of responsibility on these shoulders. There's no time to be sick, folks. There's no time for the big fella to be fixed. This is sick. It's get up, keep going, fight, give everything you got. Okay, so I know I can't be going out and spending billions of dollars on games. Okay, so I try to write these companies. I go, hey, listen, you're doing me a favor by sending me the game. I'll check out the game, and if I really like it, hey, I'll make a video that you won't forget. If not, I'll be more than happy to send it back to you too. And I say that to a lot of people. And I felt so bad. There was a guy that asked me to take a look at a game last week on the feed here, and I forgot to have him write me, and I feel so bad. I guess he had something that he wanted to take to Kickstarter, and he wanted me to take a look at it, and the chat just was going crazy, and I skipped over. I didn't skip over. And I said, yeah, I don't mind taking a look at a game, and I kind of glossed over it, and I forgot to say, hey, contact me. So if you're out there, and I forgot the guy's name, please, I try to help everybody. Okay, if I feel there's something I can add and I can help you with, I will do anything. Hey, ask a lot of people. I was calling Chris at everything Epic, hooking him up with some local game stores. Ask Roger what I do. Ask a lot of people what I do. I will go out of my way. Ask Tabletop Golf Association, which, something that doesn't get a lot of views, but I am having so much fun with that freaking game. I am not a guy that is a big dexterity fan, but I'm telling you right now, I am having such a blast playing that game. We have a little tournament. I got my boy. He's even got his little Tabletop Golf Association pin on. He does the commentary. And just being a goofball and having fun with that, I am just having a blast with it. And for me, it really, really, really works. And, every Thursday or Friday. I think this week is going to be Saturday. It is... we've already got one guy in the finals. Now we've got a match to determine who's going to meet him in the finals for the Arena Cup. And it's just been so much fun. Being creative, making different types of holes. I never thought I could do that. Making some difficult holes, the shots, the excitement. It's just a lot of fun. If you haven't checked out the video, I really suggest you check it out. If you can get by the campiness of me with that stupid tiger, I have this thing where the tiger just cracks me up, and it's something that makes making videos a lot of fun for me, because it feels like I have somebody doing commentary, especially on sports games. He's always there for sports games, and like I said at the beginning of this, we did Strike. We did a video with my granddaughter, and she's 3 years old, and oh my God, what a camera hog, and it's not, she took it very seriously. She played, it wasn't goofing around. It wasn't trying to be cute or anything like that. It's not like wheeling my kid out, or my, intentionally wheeling her out to try to get views, or wheeling a wife out to get views who's really not interested in board gaming, because you may have an attractive wife. A lot of people do that. Oh, me and my wife, we play games together. No, you don't. But, I do it. I did it because I thought it would be fun, and she likes the tiger. I said, well, I need another person to play, and my son and my daughter-in-law were going out, and I said, well, I could do it with the tiger myself, and I think she can handle it. So I taped it all, and it turned out to be pretty good, and I had a good time with it, and it was pretty funny, and she was really, really good. So you'll see that video on Tuesday. But again, it's a thing where, I got a kick out of the tiger interacting with her and, giving her a hard time, and then giving me a hard time. And it's something silly. It's something fun. So there you go. So you'll see that at I think Saturday. I'm gonna tape that during the week, and we'll run it on Saturday. Make sure you vote for Liz Davidson's Beyond Solitaire podcast on Board Game Geek. It is the best. All right. So please go vote for her. Put her at number one. She deserves it. If you listen to it, it's not this insider board game insider type of thing where everybody's laughing because they're all board game reviewers. It's her interviewing people and really taking it seriously, bringing you information that you need. And if you haven't listened to that podcast, go listen to that podcast. And then when you're done listening to that one, hey, maybe give mine a try. It's kind of fun. I interview people. We usually do things like this, where I just sit there and I talk into a microphone for an hour, and I'll pick a subject, tell you what's going on the channel. Well, I did pick up a game that I saw and I didn't even look at. I got this at the Bearded Brown Coat, a couple friends of mine. The best tower defense game we ever played. Oh, okay. This is from Man vs. Meeple said that. Well, I picked this up because I've been playing this game on the computer a lot. But I took a look at Tom's review last night, and he said, if you like Kingdom Rush, it's a good game, but it's not Kingdom Rush. Okay, all right. I'll give it a whirl. It's got some miniatures in there. We'll paint those up, so we'll make it pretty, and maybe we'll do it live. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, I was actually looking for Heat, because I said, late to the party as always. I'm not Cult of the New guy. But I saw the Heat, and I said, something, a racing game would be fun. Number one, it's a sports game. So I can have the furball commentate it with me. And we can have some fun. And, he could do, we could do maybe a championship series. You can't find that game anywhere. It is just sold out everywhere. Okay, no problem. I'll deal with that. And I'll find one eventually, and then that's when we'll do it. So we're going to do some more Rumble Slam. We've got some. I painted up a whole bunch of figures. What else do I got going? Alpha Strike. Justin wants to play some Alpha Strike and some Mech Warrior. Remember the old Dark Ages? I found a whole bunch of that. So I'm going through this storage unit trying to figure out what I want and what I don't want. And boy, it's a hard decision. So next week, you're going to want to be here for that list. The first 50 games, we're going to bring them in here. We're going to have them boxed up, ready to go. I'll tell you, if they're sealed, a lot of stuff is sealed, folks. There's a lot of stuff I just bought and never opened. It's just gluttony. It's disgusting. It really is. And I'm gonna remedy that, and I'm going to make sure that we play stuff more. I'm taking a turn here, especially with being ill. We're hoping that everything will go well. There are some dangers here, and we'll see how things go. All right. Nothing's guaranteed in life. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. I keep trying to weight train through the pain and everything else. I'm trying to really get on my feet. And I'm promising you this. There is a point, like I said, once I hit 20,000, I could care less who passes me, who does better than me, who follows me, or any of that stuff. But I appreciate the people that do follow and are loyal to the channel. I appreciate the people that listen to this, and I appreciate the people that continually support this channel. Okay. And when you donate and stuff like that, I never ask for it, in super chats. I thank you so much, because it does help with paints and stuff like that. And like I said, I write companies and I try to get what I can in to try to help the best I can. So like I said, cutting everything down, clearing out that storage unit and selling a majority of it off helps you guys. Okay, it really helps you guys. Okay, because times are tough. money's going to be tough. Money doesn't mean anything anymore, folks. So I want to make sure that I get stuff to you guys so you can play and enjoy it with your family. Robert, Chris, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you know, when you guys subscribe, and you guys watch, I more watch. You know, we've lost a lot of people since I was sick, because they felt, oh well, he's not going to do a lot, and this is really going to go downhill. I think I've been more driven to push through, because I still have so much to say. I really do. I have a lot to say. Chris and I are debating. I'm trying to figure out if I'll be well enough to go to Gen Con. I'm thinking of going to Dice Tower Con, and that's it this year. I would like to go to Origins. Hotels and all that stuff, I just don't think I'll be able to get it at this point. Badges and stuff like that. And Origins just fell off horribly, unfortunately. Dice Tower, I'm kind of iffy about. I mean, you know, I don't know how welcomed I'd be there, to be honest with you. Gen Con, it's a big shit show, to be honest with you. But I wanted to do it one last time and kind of do a, you know, remember all those years back, I was one of the few that was going to every booth trying to find those little details, try to bring Gen Con to you like nobody else. Now there's 900 people copying and doing the same damn thing. So, you know, does mine really matter? No. Maybe just go have some fun, tape a little bit. One last time. Send home a bunch of games. Try to figure out where I'm going to put them. And then get them to you guys, right? But I was never a Cult of the New guy. And I really believe that now what I'm really trying to do is get us to a point. And my new leaf here, which I've been trying to get to, but you know how long I can talk, is to really bring back a little bit of the old Rob channel, but the new Rob channel. And I really believe that we can have a lot of fun. I keep it structured. Just keep throwing out videos the way I do, because I have a lot to say and have a lot of fun. So I hope you guys will continue to support. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and all the other little things that you know, it shows that you guys are interested. I promise you, I'm going to keep on going until I can't anymore. All right. You know, I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know how much I'm going to be laid up if they try to when they try to take this thing out. I'm trying to make sure that I have good quality out there and a lot of fun and just being myself. And that's all I'm going to do. I've always been honest. I've always been, you know, I've always pulled the curtain back a certain ways. I've never baloneyed jizz. You know, I've done the best. I've admitted my faults. And I also talk about my successes. And I haven't been afraid to tell you that I don't like being a part of a toxic board game community. I wanted to be something out on the outside that you guys can come, feel safe, meet a bunch of people in here that are all good people and feel the same way. They just want to see the freaking game. It's not about the person, okay? It's not about me. Okay? It's not about me. Okay? I want to make it about the games. Justin and I, we're going to have some fun. All right? And we're going to showcase games so you make smart decisions. So you know, in a recession where money is tight, or banks are closing down and the world is changing and money doesn't mean anything, that you can get away from it for a good couple hours. If I've done that and very few people watch, I've still done my job. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to make a living. I'm not trying to make a TV show out of this or an infomercial. I just tell you how it is. If you like it, great. If you don't, Guess what? There's 5 billion channels out there. Everybody thinks they can be a YouTuber now. So find one of those. In the meantime, I'll still keep being me until nobody wants to watch anymore. And that's all I can tell you. All right. Jim Joseph. Morning, Rob. All the best to you. All the best to you, my brother. Dick Skull. What's up? All here for the all new for the new Rob show. It's new, but it's the same old shit. So there you go. I'll be demoing an oldie but a goodie at Origins and Gen Con, Rivet Wars. Please come by for a game, Rob. Would love to hang out with you. Chris, I would love to, but I don't think I'm going to Origins this year. I think I'm going to... I don't even know if I'm going to a convention this year. I was supposed to go to Recon last week. I just didn't feel well enough to do it. But I was also supposed to do... Shit, I forgot. Oh, I'm thinking of doing maybe Dice Tower and Gen Con, but that's still kind of out the door. We'll see. It just depends on a couple things, so we'll go from there. So again, the 3 games that we're going to play live this Thursday, you guys choose. I'll put it in the comments. Infinity, Code 1. Defense Grid. And I forgot what the third one was that I said. Oh, and Hoplomachus. Out of those 3, pick one. We'll play it live here on Rob's Tabletop World. In the meantime, I love you all. I really do. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, being a part here. It really means a lot to me. And you guys have been great. Ton of videos this week. Like I said, as soon as legally I can talk about some of the things that I can talk about, I will. I promise you. I don't have to be the first one to talk about it. I'll just give my feelings on it. I'm not here for clicks and views and stuff like that, or trying to be YouTube famous. I do this because you guys mean something to me. And that is what I consider the most important thing. Okay? Make sure you write it in the comments. Hoplo, Defense Grid. All right, wow. Look at it. Put it in the things, or email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. If you have a game that you want me to take a look at, because I felt bad that I accidentally blew off that guy, novaprime860@hotmail.com. Be sure to check out our podcast. Make sure you check out Tiana64's Macari. Just look up Wolfenstein board game. The miniatures are all put together, so you don't have to do that. And you can make an offer on anything. Next week, we will have our first 50 games up for auction individually. I will give you the prices of the minimum that I would take, and then you guys just decide and make an offer on them. And whoever makes the highest offer wins. Hoplo with Tiger commentary. Well, you never know. That might happen. And then we've got more painting that we're going to be doing. We've got Tabletop Golf Association, top 10 solo games, and then solo games that have replaced other games that I play solo. So, until next time, Pete Shirey, the great Pete Shirey, as I always say. Until next time, folks, I love you all. It's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody. And I'm trying to think what else I got for you. That was it. And there you go. Appreciate you giving a minimum starting bid. Yeah, we're going to try something a little different here, so you guys know. And if you want it, whatever we don't give away, like I said, we have to get rid of the storage unit, especially with a $30,000 tractor sitting out there. I'll film the tractor. We're going to do some drone footage of the farm so you can see what's going on. That way you can see Barney the Bull. Hopefully not doing anything that he shouldn't be doing on camera. 60 years old. This is just way too much. But you know something? I love you all. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody. Take it easy.